Hi everyone! In this video, I'll show you how to create responsive grid layouts like these in Tailwind CSS without using any breakpoints like SM, MD, XL, LG, any of that, using a single utility class with a plugin that I created myself. I'll first show you how we would normally do something like this in Tailwind CSS, then show you how to use the plugin to make it much simpler, and finally, I'll talk about what exactly the plugin is doing behind the scenes and explain the CSS concept it uses. Ready? Let's go! Firstly, without grid, this is what it will look like because this is the normal flow in CSS. I have not used grid to start with. This is the Tailwind CSS project. The left side, the file structure might look a little complex to you because I'm using 11t along with Tailwind CSS. Only for simplification of this demo, you can use Tailwind CSS along with your favorite framework or simply plain HTML as well. But you cannot use the CDN if you want to follow this because we are installing a plugin and that doesn't work with CDN. You will have to install it either using CLI or post CSS. Now this file has the first section that you're seeing right here, and this file has the second section. It's because of this I'm using 11p, so you can separate sections into different files and keep them more organized. Alright, if you want to know how to use Tailwind CSS and how to use 11t if you're new to it, here's the tutorial I've created recently, you can watch that. Alright, now let's start with our first example. Here you can see we have about 4 items and quite small ones. So what I would do is I would use the grid utility class along with grid calls 1 because following the mobile first approach, I want only one column for the mobile size, and on slightly bigger screens, I would want 2 columns. So I'll say grid calls 2 because we want equal width columns. That's what grid calls 2 does. It creates 2 equal columns. And then on a medium screen size, I would go for grid calls 3 and finally grid calls 4. I want to create 4 equal columns. Let's see what this gives us. I also need a gap of about 2 rem, so gap 8. Great. So yes, this does give us 1 column on the mobile screen, and slightly larger screen like a tablet or landscape layout of mobile, you get 2 columns, and then you get 3 columns, and finally you get 4 columns. Yeah, you can skip the 3 column one in the medium screen if you don't want. And let's do the same with the second example as well. Grid, same thing, we want 1 column, grid calls 1, and then on SM, grid calls 2, and maybe I'll skip the MD, I'll directly go to LG and say grid calls 3 because these are slightly bigger items. It'll be too cramped if I add grid calls 3 at MD breakpoint. Of course, we need a gap as well, gap 8. So this is what we have, and that's what we need as well. So as you saw, we'll have to determine at what breakpoints, what width will really suit that particular use case, and then accordingly change it. So tomorrow, if you want to change the width of this, you might have to again check for SM breakpoint, LG breakpoint. Does it really look good, or do you have to change it? And let's say in the first section, let's say you add another item here, something like, just quickly adding another step here, another number. And let's say you have this item, but here you have only 4 columns. Maybe this is not desired. It looks quite wide. And you think, okay, let's change it to grid calls 5. And here you might want to say grid calls 4. So you're seeing how many tweaks we'll have to make, right? Yeah, and you might not be satisfied with this either. That's why we will be using a plugin that I created for this very purpose, that you don't have to add any of this right now, right? So let's see how to install the plugin and replace all of this with a single utility class. The first thing you need to do for that is install the plugin. So open a new open a new terminal tab and say npm install -d. I'm going to install this also as a dev dependency. And the package is here. npm package is Shruti Balasa / Tailwind grid autofit. Hit enter. This might take a while to install. And once that's done, you can just verify in the package.json file if it's really installed. And yes, it is installed, version 1.2. That's what it is at the moment. And now this won't be sufficient. You'll have to include this plugin in the Tailwind config file, which is usually your tailwind.config.js in the root of your project. And here, along with the other plugins that you might have, you'll have to include this require Shruti Balasa. Yeah, you can see the autocomplete. This is the plugin. And once you have this, you're set. Let me close these two. And now you can simply remove all of this. Let's just verify that it's removed. Yeah, so it's gone now. And now I would want a responsive grid. So I'll say grid autofit. That's the utility class. So when you type grid autofit, you'll see you are automatically being suggested these three utility classes related to the plugin. This is not there without the plugin. You can verify there is no grid autofit utility class in Tailwind CSS. This is because of the plugin. You can directly use grid autofit and see what happens, right? Refresh. Yeah. So now I didn't use any breakpoints, right? Like SM, I didn't use any of those variants, responsive variants, but we still can see different number of columns based on the screen size. I'll explain how that happens later. But for my use case, for this particular example, I feel this item size is too large. I can use grid autofit SM or grid autofit XS. I think XS suits best here. And what we have immediately is this. I think this is perfect for the first example. So you can see it automatically fits in as many items it can based on the size XS, SM, MD, and so on. Shall we do the same for second example? First, remove all these utility classes. A grid is important. You cannot skip that. That's display grid. You will have to use that utility class. Along with that, here, let's try grid autofit. Maybe again, just grid autofit, which is also the same as grid autofit MD. Both are same. And let's see, refresh. Yeah, I think this is good, except quite small. So we can change that to grid autofit LG. All right. Yeah, this is perfect. So based on how small or large you need one grid item to be, you can choose from the available sizes that are there. The documentation for this plugin can be found in this GitHub repository, which I will link in the description of the video. So you can see, you can just follow the same process that I just showed you. It's right here. And you can see what sizes each item is. Now let's say none of these work for you, like, maybe 14 rem. We just used 12 rem for our first example and 18 rem for the second example. Let's say none of this works for you. You want something in between, or you want something maybe too small, like say 10 rem, right? Let's see how to do that. You can use the arbitrary values here. So instead of XS, just add your own value, like say 10 rem. Okay. Let's see what this gives us. On large screen size, this is what it will naturally look like. You can see that on smaller screen sizes, you can see this would probably be around 10 m now, because that's the 10 rem. Yeah, you see, yeah, it's about 160 pixels, which is 10 rem. So if you have very small items, or if you want some custom width for some reason, you can add your custom width here. Otherwise, I'll change it back to what it was. It was XS. That's it. This is how you use the plugin, but continue to watch the video if you want to see what exactly is the plugin doing, how does this work, what is the CSS rule that it's using, and so on. Let's look at a CodePen demo. We'll do this with pure CSS because we want to understand the CSS concept behind it, right? We have a container and we have about 5 items here, you can see. And now to the container, let me first add display grid. This is what your Tailwind utility class grid does. And normally to create equal sized columns, this is what Tailwind does behind the scenes. Like when you add grid calls 1, 2, 3, this is what it's doing. Grid template columns, repeat. So let's say we need 3 columns, you'll repeat it thrice. And what are you going to repeat? This particular value, min max 0, 1 fr. So this is actually what's happening in Tailwind CSS when you use grid calls 3. Let's add a gap of maybe 2 rem just to understand it better. Great. So no matter what, you'll have 3 columns now, right? But what we want is we want to restrict the width. Now it's getting as small as this. Now we don't want that. If you want to restrict the width, you will use min max, let's say 12 rem. Okay. And the moment you do that, you'll see a horizontal scroll bar. It's not going to flow automatically because we are saying we need 3 columns and we need the minimum width to be 12. We want all of them to occupy the same width. That's what 1 fr does, 1 fraction each. So since you've specified 12 rem, it's not going to go below 12 rem, but it will expand. Suppose the screen width is more, it will expand. Now what we want is, even if it's not fitting in, we want it to go into the next line, something like what flex wrap does in Flex. For that, we have a keyword called auto fit. This is in CSS. You can simply use auto fit instead of a particular number, and then this is not fixed. The number of columns is not fixed. You'll get as many columns based on this width here. You see? This is exactly what's happening with the plugin. This is not there in Tailwind, like I said. So I created a plugin using this very concept. And when I say grid auto fit XS, this is exactly the line that you're seeing here. Repeat auto fit, min max 12 rem. And the moment we use SM, you can see that this becomes 14 rem and so on until XL, where this value is 20 rem. So now that you also know the concept behind this, you know it's not magic or it's not doing something very different. It's using the same grid template columns property, just that we're using auto fit and we're using a fixed size here to make this happen. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned how it's done in Tailwind CSS and the CSS concept behind this particular demo that I just showed you. Yeah, this is also on GitHub. You can find that repository. I will link this as well. If you want to try it out on your own, this is how you do it. You just install it and execute run npm dev. Even if you don't know how Eleventy works, it's okay. This demo will still open up in your browser. You can watch that, you can make changes, or you can try out your plugin in your own project. Thank you for watching. Hit a like and share this video ahead. If you enjoyed watching this, don't forget to subscribe below and turn on the notifications so you won't miss a single video from Tyrus.